Missing someone, love with all your heart. Missing someone, love with heart. How much you miss it, and you miss it. From the start, and you did right from the start. Missing someone is as normal. Missing someone. Missing someone is as normal. Missing someone. Love with all your heart. Missing someone. Love with heart. Missing someone, normal. I am sad and so down. I am sad and so down.
I can hear you. You hear me?
What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Everybody hear me good? Happy Tuesday. Thanks for joining me today. Got a special guest. So this is going to be the first of many Canon Hotep. I'm not sure what I'm going to call this podcast yet. I don't know what I'm going to call this podcast yet. But Canon Hotep, right now it's the Canon Hotep podcast featuring Leroy Strangelove. Say hello to the people, sir.
Hello. How's everyone?
So,
Hold on. Is that the thumbnail you use for me?
hold on, y'all. We got some technical difficulties right now. Give me a second. Oh man, hold up, yo.
Oh man.
Excuse me, guys. Let me go ahead and change that up. There we go.
I'm a Jake.
There we go.
See, when I blow up as a Jake Paul YouTube celebrity, and I'm fighting Butterbean, a 75-year-old Butterbean, that's gonna be the video they use to troll me.
So, guys, this is my cousin Leroy Strangelove. Shout out to Queen D. What's up? Tasha Kayleen. What's up? What's up, Timothy Free? Ashes Cam, I see you. What's going on? Steph Colonel, we got Steph in the building. What up, James? What's going on, Jimmy Doss? So, like I said, this is Leroy Strangelove. For those of you who don't know, this is my cousin. We've been hanging tight since high school. When we found out we was cousins. So this is gonna be the first of many. We got a couple of topics we're gonna talk about tonight. First topic I want to talk about is over the weekend, right? Saturday morning, I wake up early, like 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, somewhere around there, and I see that 24 tornadoes touched down in the Kentucky area. Go figure, right? And when I heard that 24 tornadoes touched down in the Kentucky area, I immediately thought glow in the dark. You know what I mean? And I posted on Twitter. I don't want to harp on it, but prayers go out to the family and the victims. And I hope everybody gets back on track. I mean, it was just sad. But we all know 24 tornadoes at one time. That sounded a bit sketchy to me.
So what are you saying? What is your opinion?
So as unfortunate as it is, right? It and I know people say it a lot, but I actually did research on this. When I was in college, when I was, getting my IT degree, I actually had to take a physics class. Don't ask me why I need to take a physics class for IT. I don't know. I just had to, right? So teacher gave us, our own, some free reign to do a final project on, something that had to do with like NASA, blah, 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 blah. Because he worked for NASA, right? So I stumbled across the HARP project. You know what I mean? I stumbled across HARP, High Altitude Auroral Research Project, right? And at a glance, when you go look at it, it's just supposed to be, monitoring the ionosphere and all this other stuff. But when you get deeper into it, right? When you get deeper into it, you can do a whole lot more than that. So when you get into it, it can actually shoot, these waves, that's 10 times the amount of microwaves or whatever into the ground, right? It also can, quote unquote, kufi on tight, control the weather. Because it can alter and harden the ionosphere. It also, they can use it to the redacted land got the Iron Dome. It can also do that. So what it can do is also harden the ionosphere. So if we ever had an attack and usually missiles go into the atmosphere and they drop back into orbit, it'll harden the ionosphere. So when that missile hits that one particular point, it'll explode. You know what I mean? When it hits that, visible wall. But it also has been known to be able to change the weather.
Can I interject? One thing? That explanation sounds a lot like the weather machine that Cobra used to take over the world, take over G.I. Joe. I don't know about that theory. I mean, it's not a simple explanation. Can I say global warming?
You can say what you want. By the way, guys, he's his own man. Leroy Strangelove's views do not represent the views of Canon Hotep and Hotep Nation. I just want to get that out there.
But they should.
So you said we got an echo? Hold on, they said we got an echo in here. Let me see.
Is that me?
Hold on. All right, go ahead and say something.
Hello.
Go ahead and say testing 1 2.
Testing 1 2.
We still got an echo, guys. One if there's still an echo. Let's try this. Hold on.
I think I got too many electronic devices over here.
Testing. All right, say it again. So he's good now. All right, cool. So what I did was I just not. I got you. No, you good. Can you hear me? All right, hold on. All right, there we go. You can hear me now?
I can hear you.
All right, cool. All right, it says much better than now. So, all right. So, we all know. So, HAARP sits up between Alaska and Russia, right? They can shoot these waves. These waves can actually alter. They can alter the Earth's ionosphere. They can alter. you shake your head at this. You shake your head.
I just hear Commander Cobra. Get you. But continue.
Long story short, 24 tornadoes touched down in one area. Like that's unheard of. Like, come on, that sounds like some glow in the dark redacted shit. Like, I feel bad for the families. Like, it was terrible, it was tragic. You know what I mean? I mean, people lost everything. But come on, to say that's a natural occurring event, yo. That's a natural occurring event.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, it's more feasible that a multitude of tornadoes could simultaneously generate much more so than there's a weather saddle pinpoint natural disasters. I mean, if we had that. I think that better use of it. There are better applications for it. Dropping 24 tornadoes in all the dry counties of Kentucky. I mean, I don't see that being the use. Why would they use it? Explain. Rationalize that too.
What, the tornadoes drop down in every dry county in Kentucky?
No, that's just unfortunate. That's just sad. To have everything blown away and then not be able to drink to ease your pain. That's just utter and total sadness.
Salute Steph. UAE Mars, the weather regularly to produce rain. Facts. Matter of fact, I'm about to pull it up right now. You know the dude, what's his name? Jeremy Clarkson. Jeremy Clarkson, right? So, hold on. I got y'all. Hold on, I'm gonna do this real quick. Let me
his statement. That's different from cloud seeding. Cloud seeding, right? I know they seed clouds to produce rain. But
They do. No, well, no, they also have a machine that can make rain happen. I'm about to pull that joint up. So what I did was I think you're coming through on the desktop and your mic, so I went ahead and muted the desktop. So that should be good. That should take care of that echo that's going on. So.
And I unplugged the mic.
So when we
total disclaimer, you the one that didn't want to do a test run.
You right, but it's all right though. We gonna do
measure twice, cut once.
Good. We learning on the job today. Learning on the job today. Hold on, I'm gonna find this joint. We gonna play this shit. Oh, here we go. It came right up. Hold up. Let me get this shit started. We gonna watch this. Hell yeah, we gonna watch it. So we about to go to this. What's up, Natasha? Yeah, exactly. Humans manipulate everything on this planet. You don't think we figured out how to fucking manipulate like natural disasters and shit? It's all, they do it for a distraction. Who knows what they were trying to distract us from for that? You know what I mean? So hold on, let's do this. Give me a second, y'all. We're gonna go right to it. So let's do this real quick. I had to mute the audio. So now that I muted the desktop audio and it's just his mic, can y'all are we still getting echo? One's in the chat if we still getting echo, two if we not. So all right, so let me cue this joint up, yo. Here we go.
This is the shuttle's fuel tank. It
I mean, it's our planet. It's supposed to manipulate it, right?
The engines will use 500,000 gallons.
I said we're supposed to manipulate everything on this planet. I mean, we gotta use this planet up for future generations. I want to get every last drop out of this planet. I'm not leaving anything for anybody.
Now, the water vapor.
Yeah, all right, here we go, y'all. So we're gonna play this video. I want you to watch this, y'all.
Boundary line, and anyone.
And this is a young Jeremy Clarkson, guys, from Top Gear. We're gonna switch on over to here. All right, we got a young Jeremy Clarkson here. I want y'all to watch this, right? What up, Pop Hotep? Peace and blessings to you too, sir. We talking about heart, bro. You already know. You know what I mean? So let's check it out. So
living on the inside of it was offered a simple choice. Stay and you'll never hear another television program as long as you live. Or take the NASA shilling and get out.
I just fast forwarded to the queue, right? So they're gonna sound this alarm that tell people that they about to make it rain around there.
125,000 acres of nothing. They even had to move 5 cemeteries because the noise they were planning on making would wake the dead. Don't worry if you can't hear what I'm saying. I couldn't even hear myself. This is the loudest sound you could possibly conceive. And as it turns out, the cleanest.
Now I want you to see this. All right.
Now, the most
so they essentially just sent the cloud
up there,
into the sky.
Generated by the engine. It's just a mixture of hydrogen and oxygen. It's water vapor. And in about an hour's time, someone in Mississippi is going to get wet washing. It will actually rain.
Look at this shit. They just generated a cloud and it just fucking started raining.
It's raining. That's unbelievable. Oh.
Now, as young as Jeremy Clarkson looking in this video, we know this is an old ass video. So imagine what else they was able to do in that little bit of time, y'all. So imagine what else they was able to do in that little bit of time.
When is that video from?
That's from Top Gear.
How old is that video?
The video, I don't know, but Jeremy Clarkson is like 70. That nigga like he was like 50 in that
It-
video. It's probably,
that
it's gotta be
video
20
look-
years
that
old.
video
It's
look
gotta be like over 20
that-
years old.
That video looked like my teacher had the box set in on the cart for me to watch. Like that video was mad old.
Yo, like I said, they could
Is
so
it-
back
is-
then. Let's
is
just
it
say that
sound
was,
right?
let's
Does it
just say that
sound
was
right?
20 years old, right? Let's just say that was 20 years old. You don't think they could have figured that shit out back then? If that, let's just say that's 20 years old. It could be older than that. You don't think they could figure out how to control everything else? You know what I mean, the earthquakes in Haiti.
I mean,
Come on, it's always a distraction, yo. Come on, and then somebody else posted a map. I wish I could have found the map. It hit everything but Fort Knox, yo. It's hit everything. It just skipped over Fort Knox. And it literally was like boom, 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 boom. All the dry counties, like you said, and then boop, and it kept going.
But you said so. I mean, your explanation was much more complex. More photons, and they're releasing nanobots into the stratosphere, and manipulating the molecules to make it, to generate tornadoes. They just farted a cloud in that video. I mean, it was a cloud fart.
But it started raining.
That didn't seem that technical. Heated up some water and they farted a cloud.
See, yo, I'm telling you, bro, that shit is crazy. Oh, you know what it is? Let's see. Is this the problem?
Damn.
They say you're still echoing. I'm trying to figure out what's up.
I've unplugged everything. I unplugged the mic. I took the headphones off.
Let me see. Might just be. I'm picking up your audio from. Do this, yo. Mute your Skype and then say something. You see if that's an issue. All right, no, that's not it. Yeah, no, unmute it. We'll work. All right, y'all. We're gonna have this work though. Hopefully, it's not too bad. So, let me see. Yeah, hopefully it's not too bad. But yeah. So, like I said, man, if they can do that, and they could have did that back then, you feel me? Then, okay, cool. Talk again, yo.
All right. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Testing 1, 2.
We good, y'all? All right, they said you good now. They said you good now. All right, so like thoughts and prayers, man, go out to those people in Kentucky. I hope they, can pick it up and get it back together. I mean, they said over 100 people died, yo. It's just crazy, Weather.
Oh yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a tragic
weather
situation.
machine or not, that's just tragic. And it was sad as hell to wake up to that, And it's almost like the news just skipped over that shit though.
So, but this is my thing is like, so a lot of people, I feel like people say they're gonna rebuild and they're gonna move back, and I'd be out of there, man. Like, you told me we were gonna talk about this, right? So, like I Wikipedia the median income of one of those counties is like $20,000. Like, it's no reason to stay there. Like, you could build a better life somewhere else outside of Tornado Alley.
But you gotta look at the cost of living in Kentucky. You feel me? Maryland's one of the most expensive states to live in. You know what I mean? So like, we gotta make what we make up here. But like a lot of those people in Kentucky, like the cost of living ain't as high as up here. So 27,000 might kind of be. It might still be on the low end, but it ain't like it would be up here with us. You feel me? Plus, you got a lot of people that grew up there. Like, they lived there their entire life. Like, some of them houses was passed down to them. You know what I mean?
Man, unless they got what houses? The tornado just took care of their house.
Jesus Christ.
Unless they out there baking the best apple pie that side of Chattahoochee, I'd be daggone if I'm gonna stay there.
I mean,
every year, whenever we have a blizzard here, I literally question, like, I can't do it. I'm gone.
Where you gonna go? You gonna go back down North Carolina?
Like, I don't know. definitely not Tornado Alley.
I mean, I get it, but it's at the same time, I understand why people want to rebuild and stay there. It's the same reason why people, they want to rebuild like in like flood zones. You feel me? Or shit like that. Why people still want to live in Ocean City after Hurricane Andrew and shit like that. You know what I mean?
All right, but yeah. So after the levees broke, people went back to New Orleans, but they got Mardi Gras. What's they got in Kentucky?
The fucking Kentucky Derby, my man. Like Kentucky Derby. You know what I mean?
Corn and horses. And apparently the best apple pie.
Humans trying to create animals to harvest organs. Who do you think will benefit from that? It ain't you, me, but it'll test it. It'll test it on us until we get it right. Until they get it right. So, yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, control.
Yo, let me go get nah, son. That's what. Like, I don't mean to. Like, that's your people's, but I gotta go get my 10-4 for that.
Are you serious, yo? They harvesting organs right now in China with the Uyghurs.
What organs? Who meant organs or
human
other organs?
Yo, they doing it right now in China with the Uyghurs. They got locked up.
With the
Uyghurs, yo. The Muslims, they got locked up in the camps over there. That ain't no theory. That's actually a thing. They got some good meth.
You mean Squid Game, right? You talking about Squid Game?
Cassius Cam. They got some good meth in Kentucky, probably.
The best meth.
That Breaking Bad. What's it called? What was that shit called? Blue Magic. What the fuck was that called in Breaking Bad?
The blue magic of meth out there.
But yeah, yo, they harvesting organs from them people. The Muslims that got locked up in China. I ain't talking about Squid Games, nigga. This shit for real. They fuck around. Be doing Squid Games with them. You want your freedom? You gotta fucking play jacks.
How much a liver cost?
Huh?
How much a liver cost? I do like Hennessy.
Come on, my nigga. Come on, yo.
Just listen. I'm just looking out for the future.
Natasha Kaylee, the Epic Times did a whole lot of reporting on China's organ harvesting. Yeah, I read that. Yeah, she can. Oh shit, we're gonna take this water wings off real quick. Gates want the land. They trying to force the people out with. That's a kufi on tight right there. They trying to clear the land for Gates to come buy that shit up. You know that nigga bought like what he buy like a 8,000 acres or 10,000 acres or some shit like that. He probably gonna fuck around, go in there and pay everybody off for their property, and he gonna take that shit. And then you ain't got to worry about that. Them niggas going to be living in Miami. But anyway, thoughts and prayers go out to the people in Kentucky, man. So we're going to move on to our next topic. The next topic, right, is these smash and grabs going on in Cali. Yo, these people in Cali is wildin', yo. These people in Cali is wildin'. Like, yo, it's got to be organized, right? So I'm gonna take y'all over here.
What is he gonna do with the land in? Okay.
Yo, he been buying up all the land, yo. He been buying hella land up, yo. He been buying hella land, yo.
He's gonna build another server farm.
Yeah, organ harvesting farms, nigga. Hold on. I'm gonna take y'all over here. I got you. Hold up, cuz. Let me throw you on this joint. All right. Smash and grab robbery ring organized on social media. Barna says. So they saying that these smash and grabs that's been going on in California, they organizing them through social media. You know what I mean? I can see that. I can definitely see that. I mean, why not? You know what I mean? So where was I reading it earlier? Let's start from here. It looked like chaos when a group of young men dashed from their cars into a Louis Vuitton. Of course it would be Louis Vuitton. Of course it would be Louis Vuitton. Into Louis Vuitton store in San Francisco's Union Square and ran off with luxury purses, bags, and designer wear. A few days later, about 80 people stormed through Walnut Creek Mall, stealing expensive items before fleeing. At LA Grove Shopping Mall, not long after, a small group used sledgehammers in Nordstrom's. Like, yo, what the fuck is going on with this shit? This smash and grab shit. They just like, fuck it. Like they just going hard. So California Attorney General Rob Bonta said the group crimes are rooted in a kind of organized crime. Those dashing into the stores are mostly foot soldiers, for others calling shots from a safe distance. I don't know, yo. I think they organized, but I don't think it's like fucking the Rat King or fucking Shredder out this bitch sending the foot soldiers into this motherfucker doing smash and grabs, yo. I don't think that's what it is. You. Come on, yo. Yo, chill. Cash is scam. Yes, the cartels are using those smash and grabs to set up stands selling toiletries as cover to push the fentanyl. I still keep in touch with some people. Oh man, are you serious about that, Cam? That's crazy. Queen D, floss and BS items. Kawaii, what's up, Kawaii? I don't know. Do you Louis Vuitton be putting trackers in the purses? I know they cost enough. This shit costs like a fucking small car to fucking wear a goddamn belt. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I did some shine shit, y'all. I was pricing out some Louis Vuitton some Louis Vuitton shoes, yo. I ain't gonna lie on you. I ain't gonna lie. He says, "No, I'm telling you, yo, he for real, yo, no cap on that." He's saying that's what they doing. That's crazy. So then, yeah, I guess he's right. This shit is a thing, yo. But I mean, the thing is, though, my question is what they doing about this shit? You know what I mean? Because when you read further down, and you can read this at the Los Angeles Times, people further down, they say that the stores should be partly or more responsible for protecting their shit. So like, how responsible you want these stores to be? You know what I mean? Like, how responsible you want these stores to be? You want the stores to what? Hire a guard, right? Now these niggas come smashing and grabbing, and this guard shoot a nigga. Now we got more fucking Black Lives Matter marches.
I mean, every time I go in the store, they follow me, so I'm comfortable with the level of security that they currently have.
Yeah, Queen D. I ain't gonna
More
lie,
than
I was
that.
shining it up real quick. I was shining it up on some Louis shoes, yo. I ain't even gonna lie. I might still buy them. I don't know. Well, that's Natasha Kayleen. Yeah, they need to make theft a felony, but ain't like certain states like doing it where like they not even prosecuting anything over $1,000, anything under $1,000. You feel me? Any theft under $1,000 or whatever it is. You know what I mean? That's what I've been hearing. I know here in Baltimore,
Sure.
that's what Shorty doing. What's her name? Marilyn Mosby. You know what I mean? In other states, they not prosecuting anything that's over 1,000.
Insurance smash and grab, yeah, of course it's for the insurance. Yeah, they probably literally probably stole their own bags. They finna sell them back to us at double the price and write them off on their taxes and get the insurance money. The whole shebang.
So Cassius Cam saying nothing. They don't even prosecute anything for that's valued less than $900. They coming in with glad bags like this. Yeah. Natasha Kayleen. Not only that, when there are
What?
groups of people, one guard can't stop. That's true. Motherfuckers flash mob in the fucking Louis Vuitton store and shit. Like, that's crazy. Ain't one guard gonna stop that shit. And then I'm sorry, I'm telling you, y'all, they want the stores to be responsible for this shit until some fucked up shit happen. I'm telling you, y'all, niggas gonna keep doing all this shit. They gonna keep stealing and stealing and stealing and stealing and stealing until a nigga get popped. And when the first death come from these smash and grabs, you gonna see a bunch of motherfuckers marching in the streets and all this other stuff.
So long as the right person shoots the right person, man.
So what do you think we should have? We should have just all black security guards. You shoot that nigga, ain't nothing gonna happen.
Yes, all black security guards. You get that liquor. So sounds like a great hiring practice to me.
Hey, more jobs in the black community. Maybe.
Nah, because as soon as the robbery go down, he gonna be the first one indicted. I ain't gonna sit up no brothers like that.
Bro, I'm just saying, yo. Look at this shit. So what's it say? Under $1,000 is a misdemeanor in New York.
Death by 1,000 cuts. That seems a bit harsh.
Fuck, yo, I'm telling you, yo, it's not. But that's the thing.
They're stealing an overpriced designer
But the thing is,
bag.
they letting them know it's okay. You know what I mean? It's not just the stores, because the stores got liability if something happens to that so-called, the quote unquote shoplifter, if that's what the fuck they want to call it. You know what I mean? If something happened to them, to that shoplifter or whatever, the store's liable for that shit. Civil suits, all that shit. That's why you know what I mean. But the county or the state want the stores to be responsible for the stuff that's being stolen. You know what I mean? How about prosecute these niggas straight up? You know what I mean? Rewards for leading to whoever's responsible for it. If you think it's an organized crime ring.
I believe in a case by case basis. You steal from Louis, I think that you should get a pass. But if you steal from a mom and pop little corner store, I think you get 10 years in prison. I'm out for the little guy. I don't care about the big corporate stores. If they get robbed and they get knocked over, I'm not really concerned.
I mean, I hear what you're saying, but as far as me, the big corner, the corporate stores, you got for example, right, when we had the Freddie Gray riots in here, everybody's like, oh, it's just a CVS. But yeah, somebody's grandmother worked at that CVS. You know what I mean? That CVS is paying somebody bills. You know what I mean? So when
somebody grandmother worked at Louis V, at the Louis store.
Somebody worked there and that was paying their bills until the nigga went and smash and grab. Now the store closed and they just scored to move the fuck out. You know what I mean? Think about it, right? Think about it. I know it's low level, when Target left here in Baltimore. After Target recouped that fucking insurance money from all that shit that happened on they fucking dipped. He's like, I'm gone. The same thing with that fucking CVS. And that, you know what I mean? I think Rite Aid, the only one Rite Aid didn't even rebuild, did it? Over there on Pennsylvania Avenue? I mean, that Martin Luther King Boulevard? Did they even come back?
Yeah, that Rite Aid's back.
That's the only thing that fucking came back. You know what I mean? That's the one thing, people work there. I get it. I get what you're saying, but it's people work there.
Rite Aid closed 1,000 other stores though, so
You know what I mean? But it's just that's the one thing I get about I get it's a big corporate store that can recoup or whatever, but at the same time, somebody worked there. So somebody got to deal with that. It's crazy. But then for the state to ask for the stores to be responsible for what happens in the store, that's just asking for trouble, in my opinion. You know what I mean? It's almost like they trying to throw their officers some bail, which they ain't got. They ain't got no officers because of all that whole defund the police bullshit. And then you got, the jabby mandates and shit like that. They got all these police quitting. They can't even afford to probably patrol that shit. Because look what they doing the smash and grabs at, yo. They doing them in these affluent areas. Simply because they got insurance. And then what most people don't understand is that shit like that, they ain't got insurance for. They ain't got insurance for shit like that. So if they just gotta take an L on that shit. You know what I mean?
So hold on. Let me ask you. So you said affluent areas have the most patrols? Is that what you? I didn't understand what you were just.
I'm just saying. Look where it's happening at. It's happening in these affluent areas. And yeah, come on, be honest, yo. Affluent areas got more patrol than the hood. I'm sorry. They react faster than in the hood.
Oh yeah,
I'll fix that. They react. The response time is a whole lot faster. If I call from
the police can ride, you can listen. We could be round the way. You can see 5 police cars within a half hour within 1.5 hour, right? Somebody gets shot up the block. It's gonna take 20 minutes for them to get there. How so many police just drive by and there ain't nobody get here in 20 minutes?
Exactly, yo. Have a fender bender. Same shit. Natasha Kaling, one of my favorite stores closed because of too much theft. I'm disgusted by thieves. Yeah, I know a couple stores that I like got closed down because of too much shit going on. You know what I mean? Jimmy Doss, Hotep. Our insurance jacked our rates because of fires and looting. I didn't even have a claim. Yeah, they got to make that money back somewhere, Jimmy. You know what I mean? That's another thing, yo. All that insurance shit everybody keeps saying, that should get passed down to the little guy, too. You know what I mean? That's another big thing. Like I said, yo, go to fucking Afghanistan or Iraq or somewhere over in the Middle East and you try to steal a motherfucking orange or some shit. They're going to cut your shit the fuck off. I don't care how much it costs. They're going to cut that. They're going to cut your hand off. That's what they do over that bitch. Capital punishment. You know what I mean? Over here we giving thieves a pass. Oh,
I do believe in
they're
capital punishment.
impoverished and this and that and all. So giving them excuses and shit, yo. That's fucked up. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I don't think the stores should take it into their own hands. You know, we don't. Do we really want another Rittenhouse effect? You know what I mean? Now, you know, some fucking super, you know, super top flight security. Then, you know, this nigga done shot 8 niggas because they was stealing out the store and trying to beat his ass or some shit. Now we got another trial. Now we got another. You know what I mean? It's too much, yo. You know, I think the attorney general in California got this shit wrong. You need to make stiffer penalties for shoplifting. If that's what it is, you gotta make stiffer penalties for that shit. Stop making excuses for
What
them.
do those penalties look like, though? I mean, what did the penalties look like, in your opinion?
I don't know. Fucking mandatory. I don't know. Mandatory year in jail and fucking restitution. You know what I mean?
You gonna put me in?
Nigga, if it's intent, like yo.
In shower full-time prison because I stole
nigga, we both know a dude. I ain't gonna say his name on here. That remember the nigga?
Oh, yeah.
What he robbed 23 fucking stores, right? That nigga did how many years behind that shit? You know who I'm talking about?
No, I don't know. I don't know how much time
he got time. I know he was going for 10.
When I'm not going to prison, I don't keep up with the sentence. But yeah, I know what
you know what I'm saying. Like it's got to be a stiff. Like that might be harsh, but it's got to be a stiff penalty, yo.
Well, but hold on, we know so. Hold on, I thought you know when you brought up this story, I thought you were talking about somebody else, and you know when he didn't when so you know in that instance, it's like the first instance nothing happened to him, and then you know. The next instance, he got that time. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. But that didn't even deter him. He got right back out here and did the same thing.
His ass right back. But I get it. But like some of these dudes that's doing this shit.
It's like both instances, he had both consequences. He got a slap on the wrist, didn't change his behavior. Then he went to jail, it still didn't change his behavior.
Yeah, I get it, but like you gotta have but that's the thing. He one guy, you know what I mean? I know it's anecdotal. Sometimes anecdotal evidence is the best. But the thing about it is that, you know what I mean, you got all these people doing this. Like how many kids really trying to go down for that? You know what I mean? It's gonna deter a lot. I seen a video about a floating neighborhood in Lagos, Nigeria. When the crime is committed, they bolt them all over the area to expose them and they're permanently banished. Damn.
That's what the Smollett dudes they're gonna be going back there.
I think they good. I think they got off on that, yo. Speaking of that, yo, let's jump into that. So my man, your boy Juicy, the famous French actor Juicy Smouillet, was found guilty on 5 of the 6 charges that he was facing. But we all knew that was going to happen. The thing is the sentencing. You know what I mean? But before we get there, hold on. Let me see something. Why you pay for the property stolen and for the police services rendered. Hey, restitution, like I said. Jimmy Dawes, facts. The government has a responsibility to protect life, liberty, property before other trash they're doing. A lot is caused by government pushing property policy too while they get off. Yeah. Once a thief, always a thief. Yeah, I mean, you know, in some cases, some people do reform, but you know, a lot of people revert back. So back to the Juicy thing, right? What you think his punishment gonna be, yo? I think he gonna get a slap on the wrist. I don't think he do the time that comes with his his guilt. I think he get.
No, you're not gonna get me making jokes on this. Nah, son. They already got the baby. They're not gonna get me. I'm good. Like, you know, whatever consequence he receives, I'm sure it will be adequate. No, I'm not. You're not gonna get me.
Yo,
this is my first time on the internet. Like, you're not gonna get me. Not today.
I think he's gonna get a slap on the wrist. I think that he not gonna do no real time. He might get some community service. You know what I mean? He probably, you know, he not gonna do no time in jail. I don't think so. He'll get the felony. He'll get the felony. I mean, he'll be a felon.
He did
I
it,
think he'll get
like,
the
do
felon.
it.
He'll get the felon badge. You know what I mean? But that's it. He ain't gonna do no real time. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion on that. But like, did you see any of the Did you see any of like the recounts of the
Well,
trial?
he doesn't even live in a real world where the felon badge would affect
Oh,
him.
that's what I'm saying. You're right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's not gonna like.
Yeah, like he going to, he go to get jobs, like,
Right.
you know what I
This
mean?
nigga ain't gonna work at the subway. He got beat up in front of. You know what I mean?
And the industry he work in is controlled by, his friends, so he'll get a second chance.
Natasha Kayleen, I need a shirt with Jussie wearing the noose. Oh man, yo, they had some fucking. They had. Did you see the news though? That shit was like some fucking like some clothes hanger wire, like the shit you see out in the backyard of your grandmother's house that they hang the fucking sheets up on. That shit had me rolling, yo. I was like, it's too much. But like, it was crazy because throughout the whole entire thing, yo, he was still acting like he was the victim. He was still portraying like he was the victim, yo. You know what I mean?
No,
Yo,
man.
Pop
He
Hotep,
said
you see, going to be
he
sent
said
to Nigeria to be studied on how to see.
Nah, don't let them not change. You talking about they got scammed. They are not gonna be happy about that.
I'm sorry, Pop. I gotta steal that one, yo. I gotta pull Uncle Hotep. I gotta steal that one, yo. I get tweeted out, yo. Oh my god, that shit is hilarious. Yo, that shit is hilarious. That is funny.
Nah, that's a wild one right there.
Queen D, I thought once you're found guilty, you go straight to jail, no handcuffs on ASAP. I used to think that too. But apparently you gotta get
Depends who you are.
sentenced, huh?
Depends on who you are. That depends on who you are, man.
Natasha Kayleen, did you see when the cop arrived and he was like, you want to take that off? Yeah, I seen that shit. It was like, at least, yo, when the police showed up to his fucking his apartment, the nigga still had the noose around his neck. He's like, you want to take that shit off? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, that's when you knew this shit was some fake ass shit, was some fugazi shit. Jump Street.
What's the show he was on? Because I never watched it because it was the coonery to me. So I never watched
He's
it.
probably bailed, and they have sentencing.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm sure he probably made bail into the sentencing. You know what I mean?
Oh, see.
Damn, Cam, I can't even. I want to put. I
can't
put.
I'm not
Cam about to get me canceled.
I'm not involved.
Cam about to get me canceled.
I'm not involved. Right?
But yo, it's
they're not gonna get me.
And then so when he up on the stand, right, he admit that he gave one of the Nigerians a rubbing tug, yo. Up to he admitted that he gave one of the Nigerians a rubbing tug, like they did some mutual rubbing and tugging.
Right, man,
Yo, he threw everybody in the bus when he got up on the stand, yo.
They took little Boosie's Instagram. You on the way, man. I'm telling you, right? You want to keep your you want to keep your Twitter.
That's right. Yeah, and he was on that show Empire. I that's what it
was called. I ain't watched one episode.
I couldn't do it, y'all. You know, Chantel watched that shit. I was like, fuck this. I couldn't do it. It was too much. I don't like self-destructive shit. You know what I mean?
And if he was a lead actor on that show with the poor acting job he did in this instance, I'm sure I didn't miss a thing. Because that was the type of acting that was accepted, and I didn't miss anything.
Man, it's nonsensical. But like, apparently, like he was reading the transcript or whatever, and the lawyer was saying that he about this, in context, say the N word, and then he wanted to be all holier than thou. Can you not say that?
I can't. I'm gonna have to just step away from Cassius Cam for a second, because he's just. You told me there were things I could. Well, yeah, he's using his white.
Colonel talking about hand. Tug life. What's my whiteness good for if I don't use the push boundaries?
Oh my god! This comment section is.
Pop Hotep, rubbing tugs, sweaty ass bathhouses, and, and Joe Love crazy out there.
That that one comment offended so many people. I don't know, man. I love it.
Man, but like I said, I think he gonna get a slap on the wrist. It's gonna get swept under the rug. Nobody gonna think about it no more.
Slap on the wrist and a pat on the ass.
Slap ass. He gonna be a slap ass. Oh my god, these niggas will be hiding from him. That nigga ain't going to jail, yo. But
if he do, he'll
who
like
telling y'all? This is gonna be crazy. He gonna be in that bitch thinking it's gonna be like that Lil Nas X video and shit. He gonna think jail like that Lil Nas X video and shit.
They probably been watching Empire the whole time in prison, waiting on him.
With their dick out, all that shit. He's probably in there dreaming.
There's somebody with a poster of him on their cell wall right now. Like, Damon, yeah, I can't wait till you get in here.
Queen D said pause.
Pause.
But man, I hope GC get with these. That nigga need to go to jail, yo. That's some bullshit, yo. You know what I mean? Like I said before, like think about it, yo. All these people that, like, you know what I mean? Like fake hate crimes happened in like the last 3 years, yo. That like that shit came out and nothing ever happened to the people that did that shit. Like, that shit is crazy. You know what I mean? Then I look back at like, it's just like, you know, Duke lacrosse people who the girl was lying about that. It's just a lot, yo. Like, and she ain't do no time behind it or nothing. Them dudes, their lives was ruined. She was lying and nothing happened to her. You know, shit like that. Motherfuckers gotta face the music, yo, about that shit. You know what I mean? But anyway, guys, this is the last story of the night. So here in Baltimore, this bitch ass nigga, cause that's what he is, a bitch ass nigga, went on Facebook and confessed to killing his girlfriend, his pregnant girlfriend, while he was outside of his ex-wife's house. Talking about he about to off her and kill himself because she was going after him. They was having a custody battle over the kids. You know what I mean? Like I said, bitch ass nigga. So we're gonna go on over here, check out the story from the Washington Post. We bring you in, cuz. Say it again. Oh, it don't show nothing, so yeah, I'm gonna play it. Go ahead, mute your mic for a second. All right, so from the Washington Post, man confesses to murder on Facebook Live before killing his ex-wife, yo. I want y'all to check a look at this. This shit is crazy. Fair use. Oh shit, I'm sorry, y'all. Hold up. I'm wilding. My bad, I turned the audio.
Doing this,
There you go, you should be able to hear it now.
Quick. For everybody out there that supported me and really knows what's going on, thank you all. I've been going through a custody battle. I've been going through having my ex-wife say I molested my children and all kinds of craziness. Been fighting for custody for 3 years. So, you know, shit has been real crazy. What's up, Oliver? You know about this. Going through it with my ex-wife, blah, blah, blah. So, and start dating somebody new. And she got pregnant. And, we got in a fight. First thing she does, she's threatening that she's going to do the same thing. You're never going to see your kids, blah, blah, blah. It's the holidays, man. I don't have no family, nothing. Anyway, I just did something crazy, man. I just shot my ex-girlfriend in the head, yo. Felt like a dream. Like, I never thought I would be
Yo, go ahead and unmute your shit, yo. Like, do you hear how like disconnected this nigga is? Like, yo, just chilling on it. Like, yeah, you know, this and this. Like, he ain't got no emotion about it. You know what I mean? Like, that's a weird nigga, yo. You
Nah,
feel
he
me?
snapped. That nigga is snapped at that point, yo. Like if you play it to the end, when the ex-wife come out the door, and he's like, "Oh, that's my ex-wife right there. Come here." Like he's already he's snapped. He knows that nothing. He's not gonna come out of this situation.
I'm gonna keep playing it.
Be that guy. I can't go to prison, so the person that really started my depression and all of this is my ex-wife. So she next, and then I'm going to do myself too. But I just wanted to say this to people. Don't play with people's emotions, man. Don't lie on these men. Oh, here's my ex-wife right here. Today's the
He said, "Today's the day." He snapped. He snapped.
Yo, he all the way snapped. But the thing, well, I don't know, yo, because he was all nonchalant about the shit. Like, yeah, you know, y'all know I've been going through this for a minute. You know, I'm going through this custody battle. She said I'm doing this and that to my kids. I met somebody new, got her pregnant. We get into a fight. Then she say she gonna do, yo, fuck that. Like, so you told me that both these women got a problem with you and it's them? They the issue? Both these women having an issue with you. You're getting divorced for a reason, right? You're going through a custody battle for a reason, right? Now, if all of that kid touching shit, let's just say the wife is she lying and she wanted to just say that to get custody of the kids and she being a vindictive, you know what I mean, and this and that. Like, all right, and then your ex-girlfriend, let's just say for the sake of it, she is crazy and you got the wrong chick pregnant and all this other stuff and she talking the same blah, 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 and you ain't did nothing wrong, which in my opinion, you know, if more than one person is having the same issue with you, gotta look at yourself like, damn, what the fuck am I doing wrong? But let's just say, for the sake of argument, that these were some evil bitches and this and this and this and this, right? What bitch ass nigga would be that weak minded? Be like, oh my god, I gotta go through this custody battle. It's a fuck, yo. And then you go and you off your unborn child's mother, which more than likely the kid died. I'm assuming that they said he heard 6 shots over there in Baltimore. Then you drive to Columbia and you go to your ex-wife's house. You got your kids in the car. Both your daughters is in the car, right? You go off your ex-wife, and then off yourself while your 2 daughters is in the car. That's some bitch shit. That's some coward shit. I don't give a fuck what you going through in life. I don't give a fuck how nasty the battle is. You feel me? You don't do that. So now what's going to happen to these little girls? What's going to happen to these 2 little girls? And who's to say that these little girls ain't hear what happened and go to mommy's house and see both the parents laid the fuck out on the ground? These little girls got to live with that. You took the so let's just say they was just indignant and this and that. They won. But now your little girls got to go into the system. If you saying you have no family, let's just say that they ain't got nobody on her side of the family to take these kids. Now these girls got to go into the system. Now they got to live in the system. Let's just say they did walk in the house and see mommy and daddy sprawled out on the ground. Let's just say that now they got to live with that shit. All because you couldn't be a man and deal with that shit. How many niggas you know that went through some ugly custody shit? You feel me? How many dudes you know unfairly on fucking child support? You know what I mean? You know my man Chase. Nigga got twins, yo. His chick, his ex, she crazy as hell. Crazy as hell.
You can talk about that. Nah, you can talk about that one because she beat up people.
Yo, you know she crazy as hell. He got twins. They was living with him 90% of the time. We know the custody courts here in Baltimore fucked up. The child support courts here in Baltimore all fucked up. It's all geared toward the woman. $1,200 a month for his sons. And he ain't skipped a beat, and he still take care of them boys. He ain't go out here like, I can't believe this and this and this. And then he went out and tried to off shorty. But that's the thing, like, all right, you going through this custody battle. All right, that's life. You got a girl pregnant. All right, she acting up. All right, she talking about she gonna do this, this, and this, and this. How fucking weak are you to feel like you gotta do that?
So, like I say, I think he had a real. I've worked in the mental health field before, and I've actually seen somebody have like a real manic, psychotic episode before, and they dissociate themselves, and it's a real. It can be a real matter of fact. It may look calm from the outside, but they have like a real matter of fact way of going about that, right? So, I mean, I really think that's what was happening to him. And then, you said that it's something about him why he keeps going through this with the women. I mean, it very well may be, but the society has a double standard on that because there's nobody. When a woman says, "Oh, men ain't nothing," and she got like 3, 4 baby daddies, right? It's them. They the bad guys. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I don't know either way. I don't know what was going on in his whole situation. I'm not taking his side on his actions because I mean, he should have just done himself at the end of the day, instead of ruining all those other lives. But
Right.
oh, Shorty gonna beat you up too, and I wasn't involved in it, so
Yo, listen, yo. Like I said, like that's some bullshit, yo. Like so many guys is going through that. A custody battle, a bad divorce, wife lying or whatever. You feel me? It's too much, yo. Like, and I get it. But the thing is, I don't get what the fuck he did. Like you just said, he could have just offed himself, yo. He could have just offed himself. If this shit is too much for you, take yourself the fuck up out of here. You feel me? But for you to go after your kids, it's your daughter's mother. And God, thank you for not letting him murder the kids. You know what I mean? Not, you know what I mean? That's that's the silver lining in this fucked up story. Is that the girls was okay. Nothing happened to them. But the thing is, now these girls gotta go into the system if there's nobody to take care of them. You know what I mean? You got 2 lost lives. You got a life that wasn't even born yet, I'm sure, gone. You know what I mean? All for a dude who let's just, like, it's from what it sounded to me, you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe he did have a bad luck of the draw with 2 women. You feel me? Or maybe he was the problem. But either way, you got to deal with that shit. As a man, you got to fucking deal with it. I don't know what it is about society now where like these weak ass niggas is coming out. And they do stupid shit like this. Remember a few years back when Shorty was working at the mall or working at some store in DC and yo just walked in that bitch and fucking threw gasoline on and set her ass on fire? You remember that shit? That was a big
yeah.
Like, that's some bitch nigga shit. Because she was breaking up with you and she pretty. You know what I mean? Let me go over to the chat real quick.
The internet has exacerbated some beta males masculinity.
You're right. You 100% right on that. You know what I mean? Facebook, Instagram, all that shit. Yeah. It's a fucking echo chamber. You get all these attaboys and shit.
If you're not an alpha male, this internet, I mean, social media in general, basically, will emasculate you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you're not an alpha male, you're not confident in yourself. The internet will most assuredly, social media will emasculate.
There's no consequences. There's no consequences. You know what I mean? Keyboard warriors. What's the odds you run into the nigga that you clapping, you talking shit about? You feel me? What's the odds of you being found out that you really ain't the nigga that you portray yourself to be on the internet? You right. Pop Hotep. He ain't snap. As calm as he is, this is who he is and always been. I mean, they kind of go to what you're saying. You know what I mean? He disassociated, and that's just what he was. I mean, the intergender dynamics between the intergender dynamics is all out of whack. The legal system punishes men and they break just like this. Masculinity is lost. Yeah. Cash is Cam. There's nothing that will push me to the point of violently attacking my wife. And that's the line. Yeah, I mean, like I hear niggas be like, yo, I want to kill that bitch, yo. You know what I mean? But they don't really go out here and kill that bitch. They just mad. You know what I mean? Like, this is crazy. Over a custody battle, y'all already, yo, come on. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's horrific. Queen D.
I guess he knew what type of person he was, and he knew definitely wasn't going to get those kids.
Yeah, he probably fucking he a nut. You know, but the thing about it, he was a fucking nurse. He was a nurse. He was an anesthesiologist or whatever. So the nigga made money. He had a great career. You know what I mean? He was, you know, he like, you know, I don't understand. You know what I mean? Like I said, it just go to your mindset.
Right now. I know there's somebody right now trying to file a lawsuit though, because you know nothing makes opportunity like tragedy. Somebody's trying to file a lawsuit. Like they know that was the nurse, the anesthesiologist on their surgery. Like, you let him work on me. I want $1 million. You know, that's just how people
you
do.
Right though.
I mean,
you right. Somebody, you know,
not to be off
6
track. It's
degrees
just
of, yeah.
people always try to triumph
Some
off
6
tragedy.
degrees of Kevin Bacon type shit. You know what I mean? Queen D in the
Mm-hmm.
car. He had him. Yeah, he had the girls with him in his car. They found him in his BMW. You know, hard times, right? BMW. Yeah, the system is full of predators. The system, you know, if his wife was lying about it, his ex-wife was lying about it, you know what I mean? That's another thing. Like if she really lying about him doing things to his daughters, that shit would have came out, yo. You fight that shit in court, yo. You fight that shit. You know what I mean? The whole point of you having a custody battle. Fucking divorces don't fucking go. Not all divorces go fucking smooth and cordial. You always hear about that shit. Niggas having a knockdown, drag out in the fucking
Where
courtroom.
you get that information from, Martian Manhunter? Where you get that from?
Let me get down to it. Cash is Cam. Shout out to Whitey Hotep for fostering kids right away. Oh, word? I ain't know that. Shout out. I'm gonna check him out. All right, here we go. Hold up. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to catch up with the chat. Cash is Cam. I grew up in a house where my dad hit my mom in front of us. It fucks us up as a kid. You either grow up to be extremely violent yourself or extremely protective. I was the lucky one. Salute to you, bro. Steph Colonel. Getting depressed around the holidays shows how deep they, how deep they subscribe to the lie. It is a feminization of males which leads to not being able to manage their trauma. There's such a lack of balance between masculine and feminine, the yin and the yang, yeah. Martian ex-manhunter. No, he did that because she lied about him molesting his kids. He lost his job and got blackballed after his kids in court testified that he didn't touch them. And he was still denied custody. Still, that shit don't justify what the fuck he did, yo. Straight up. That still don't justify what the fuck he did. Period. You know what I mean? That don't justify it.
Yeah, there's so.
But yeah, yo, drop a link with you.
If he didn't leave 2 little kids, you know, without anybody and traumatized, right? I can say I agree with the rest of his actions, but then we don't have to have we can talk about what may or may not justify his actions, right? Like we just at this point it's just about the kids for real, like. But I mean, I mean that information is good to have. So in a way that you're able to look at and frame what happened, right? You don't. He's still the villain of his own story. You know what I'm saying? He could have he could have over time been able to navigate this narrative and maybe come out of it with some sort of success, right? He chose to double down on being the villain.
Right, I agree with you. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. You know, and but still that it gave him no right to do what he did. I mean, is women out here that have done worse to men, and I'm not saying that these women were, you know, the villain. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying, let's just say for the sake of argument, what he said was what was law. That's what it was. You feel me? Like that still doesn't justify that. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, these girls are the fucking losers. They lost. They lost their mother. They lost their father. Hopefully they didn't see what the fuck he did, because that takes their childhood. And if that don't take their childhood, the system is. So the girls, these girls is the losers, man. For the rest of their life, they gotta live with that. You know. And yo, yeah, Martian, like, if you got a link, yo, drop that link in my Twitter or something, yo. I like to read where you got that information from.
Yeah, I'd like to see those court documents, because the news is definitely
Yeah,
not
they're
going
not
to
going to tell the whole story.
report on it. They're not going to, because like I said, he doubled down on being his own villain. So nobody's going to try to soften that look. You know what I mean? Nobody's gonna read into
Right,
that.
and I mean, so
He's the
he's saying
villain.
the kids testified that he did, and he posted the documents on Facebook. The man been asking for help for months. I'm sure that it was a bunch of fucking red flags and fucking signs there. I guarantee it was. You know what I mean? But like we just said, social media is just an echo chamber. So he's posting that shit, and people sitting there empathizing with him. Oh man, it's It just emboldened what he did. You know what I mean? Nobody gonna reach out. They just gonna keep giving him that pity or giving him what he looking for. That sympathy. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. Like, who the fuck asked for help on Facebook? I'm not going to fucking Facebook or Twitter.
He obviously doesn't have no, like, he obviously ain't got no real friends in his life,
Right.
so or just no real men around him.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I agree with you. It's very true. You should have been a parent from afar and sucked it up. You right. Suck that shit up, yo. Eat that shit and fight that shit in court. You know what I mean? Eat that shit up and fight that shit up in court. Fight that shit in court. You know what I mean? My parents, they divorced when I was 7. I was 7 years old, yo. And I remember that, like, I was pretty astute kid for being 7. I wouldn't know this shit that my parents didn't think I noticed. Like, yo, their divorce was a fucking knockdown, drag out divorce. They're fucking best of friends today. You know what I mean? But back then, that shit was crazy. That shit was some shit. You feel me? But my father ain't coming in and try to strangle my mother and no shit like that. He dealt with it. He fought that shit out in court. He made sure that he came to court every day, or every time they was in there, he fought that shit out. You know what I mean? It never got to that point. Like I said, they best of friends today, but when that shit was happening, that shit was ugly. That shit was fucking ugly. He'll tell you himself. My mother even said she did some shit that she felt bad for later. You know what I mean? Just to spite him. You know what I mean? Women can get under your skin, like they can get under your skin and they want to. You know what I mean? But that's what they do. That's what they do. It's like it's in their DNA to just dig at you. They know what buttons to push when they want to. But you gotta be a man and just suck that shit up and eat that shit and fight it. You know what I mean?
But now this is a whole nother listen, right? So there's a whole larger conversation, and if I come back on this, that we can talk about what is that statement, like, be a man, right? And so there's traditions, and then there's psychology to that statement, right? And it's like so traditionally to have that statement is like you being a man ain't something that you could do today. Like, you're gonna get in trouble for that. Like, that type of be a man behavior.
They trying to
larger
criminalize it and
conversation.
outlaw that shit. They definitely doing everything in they fucking power to destroy, get rid of masculinity. But that's what the fuck you gonna get. Right there. What you just saw in that video. That's what you gonna get. Bunch of crybaby ass niggas. Woe was me. You know what I mean? I can't do this. And you got a bunch of people rallying behind you, don't even fucking know you on a personal level. Like Natasha said earlier, this niggas that's defending this nigga on social media right now. He defending his fucking actions right now on social media. Queen D, facts. Even when the girlfriend, I don't know if they was in there when the girlfriend got, like, that's a good question. Did the girls witness that shit? Because it was in his car. You feel me? I don't know what the deal was. I don't know if he went to go pick them up from Columbia and he told them to go wait in the car and then he went back to do what he had. I don't know.
How do you
That's
get
what
the
nobody
kids?
know. I
Didn't-
mean, I don't know. Like, that's a good question. That's a really good fucking question. You know what I mean?
I know.
Because this was,
You know, one thing come out of this, man. If any ex, yo, I'm never gonna stop blocking them on Facebook because, you know, the wife had still been keeping tabs on his Facebook. She'd have seen that live and she'd have got out of
what?
there.
How about
Imagine somebody outside your house and they say you go on Facebook and just like,
right?
well, where? Oh, I'm not going.
Natasha Kayleen.
Let me lock the
Exactly.
door.
How about a GoFundMe to hire a family court attorney? Facebook is not your friend. Yeah, or he had a good fucking job. A really good fucking career. You can call it a job. Pop Hotep.
Oh, that's
Social media is not about that action. It's about sharing the information. He really needed to seek real counsel somewhere. You're right. Martian ex-manhunter. Yeah, social media is an echo chamber, kept him comfortable with being sad because he said he was posting about it looking for pity. 100%. Instead of looking for solutions. Exactly. It's that oppression Olympic shit, yo. That woe is me mentality. You know what I mean? Too many niggas got that woe is me mentality now. Too many men got that woe is me mentality now. And they looking for all this pity and all of this, you know, attaboys and this and that. Instead of just stepping up and doing what you supposed to do.
And who was Oliver?
I'm getting down there.
No, I'm talking about, you know, in the video, he was like, yeah, Oliver.
Oh, I guess
you
no,
know.
he was so yeah, so he was on, I guess it's one of his friends on Facebook Live. Who the fuck is, you know? But that's the thing, he probably know these niggas just simply from Facebook. Probably just seen a nigga commenting in his thread and just mentally befriended the nigga. You know what I mean? He moved on and had a new right. So he moved on. He moved on and had a new girlfriend. Got her pregnant. Why kill the ex-wife? Right. He had visitation rights. He had to if he had the girls in the car. You know what I mean? He had to if he had the girls in the car.
And
now it's the custody battle.
And there wasn't no
right. How long were they divorced? Did he have joint physical custody with the wife until she found out otherwise that some shit was going on? Or maybe she got bitter because he got somebody else pregnant? We don't know, yo. They were waiting for him to act up on that live. Yeah, they was. But Cannon, what advice do you have for young men and women, especially girls, that get under their skin? Leave, yo. Fucking leave. It's toxic. It's toxic. If you dealing with a chick or you dealing with a dude that's constantly toxic and he constantly berating you, downing you, just trying to get under your skin to cause a reaction, fucking get the fuck away from them. Leave them alone. When people show you who they are, you believe that shit. Believe that shit. When motherfuckers show you who they are, believe that shit and get the fuck away. That's the best advice I can give you. I don't give a fuck if the dick good. Pause. I don't give a fuck if if the coochie is the shit. Get the fuck away. Like, that's the best thing you can do. Why deal with it? Why tolerate it? You know what I mean? He was looking for validation of his depression and justifying what he was about to do. I think so. Because he went to, like, it sounded like he just knew that everybody that was going to be on that live was going to agree with him. You know what I mean? Natasha, I suggest self-improvement, Martian. We attract what we are, and we need to choose our company wisely. That's true. Yeah, Oliver should be interviewed. Let's find out who he is. I guess I guarantee we'll find out that Oliver's just some nigga that just I just seen his thread, and you know, he was probably waiting for him to return with the girls. That's why she opened the door. That makes sense, Queen D. She got because think
that does
right. So
make
think
sense.
about it. That's what I'm saying. So what was the custody battle for? What did he do that she felt like she needed to take full custody instead of the physical joint custody or whatever they had? That's another good question. We'll never know.
Where was her Pam, yo? I thought all women had that one homegirl who kept tabs on your ex, on your
Bro,
crazy ex, and gave them the tea. Where
bro, this
where
nigga
was that
live. He just
Pam that
shot.
was should have been
Nigga,
on the live? Girl,
run.
don't go
Yeah,
outside.
call the police right now. Like, yeah, you know what I mean. That's the one thing yeah. Clearly, he was suffering from mental health issues, possibly undiagnosed. It could you right. You should seek people who will build with you, not tear you down. That is correct. So back to that one, right? A lot of people shallow out here. They go for the looks. Again, social media trick the fuck, yo. The biggest catfish out here is social media, yo. The biggest catfish is social media. Because people can be whoever they want to be on social media. And I mean, I knew a girl that knew a girl that was, she like, yo, shorty, she ain't what she say on social media. Like, she will get up at 5 in the morning to go to work because she don't want people to see her riding the bus. That's the type of shit people be doing on social media. They wanna present this worldview that they ain't. You know what I mean? What up, Jabari? Smartest thing I ever did was leave a toxic woman who antagonized me every day and brought out the worst in me, even though she had my child. Right. That's all you can do is leave. There's nothing you can do. Fuck making it work. Fuck, that's my baby mother. That's my baby daddy. Fuck, I want my family. Fuck that. Get the go. Go.
You can co-parent. It's 2021. You can
Co-parent.
co-parent.
Yeah.
Listen, we can either do
Back and
this
forth for over
in a
3
cordial
years.
way, or I just
Yeah.
go to court. We can go
Back
to
and
court.
forth over 3 years to court, he moved on. He did. You know what I mean? He's about to have another kid. You feel me? Natasha knows her metaphysics. Facts. Yeah, shout out Jabari Allen. Come on, Steph. Yo, was a Derek Jackson ass thing. Come on, yo. But like I said, yo, I don't know what it is. Social media, like I said before, like I brought this book one time before. It's called The Celestine Prophecy. I suggest that everybody read this book. It's a fictional book, but I swear if you read it, you be like, yo, and you look at what's happening today, this shit is definitely like you be like, yo, whoever wrote this book was on to something. But you know, social media, man, social media is the bane of our existence right now. I know we on it right now on you know, when we on Twitter and we on YouTube and stuff like that, and we you know, people can navigate it, but you got some people that's their life. That's just their life, and that's how they live. If they fucking, you know, if their image is tarnished on social media, they fucking, you gotta lock the medicine cabinet up. You feel me? Like it's too much, you know. And it's also, you know, with me being Canon Hotep here, all my women in the chat, go out and get yourself one of these. Go out and get yourself something, something. You know what I mean? You know, who's to say if this lady still would have been here if she had a, you know, if she had, you know, the great equalizer in her hand, you know, or was able to get to that great equalizer. You know what I mean? Not saying that it would have saved her life, but she would have had a better fighting chance. You know what I mean?
A
She would
fighting
have had a
chance.
fighting chance. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, you know, you got people out here that want to demonize guns. You know what I mean? But you know, like I told y'all before, my biggest fear is coming home and my family stretched out on the floor. You know what I mean? You know, these ain't just for me. These ain't just for me. You know what I mean? It's for my family know how to shoot too. You know what I mean? Like this is just a perfect example. He forced his way in her house. And Queen D made a great point. It must have been what happened. He had them kids. Yeah, he had them kids with him. Who's to say them girls didn't see him kill that lady or his girlfriend? You know what I mean? She was probably waiting for him to bring them back, and instead of them being at the door, it was him. And she ain't know what the hell was going on. She was probably just as bewildered as she could get. She like, what the fuck is it? She probably didn't know what was going on. You know what I mean? But like I said, man, you know, I feel bad for the girls. They're the real losers in this situation. You know what I mean? And that dude, and I don't care what nobody say, he a bitch ass nigga for what he did. He a whore, and I hope a straight whore, and I hope that nigga in hell right now for what he did. You know what I mean? You gonna off your girlfriend, your pregnant girlfriend. You know what I mean? You gonna off your pregnant girlfriend and then go and off the mother of your 2 girls. And then you such a bitch and you such a coward that you off yourself because you don't want to deal with the consequences. You whore. You whore. And I'm in Baltimore, so I don't give a fuck if motherfuckers know him and they want to defend him. Fuck you too.
Ooh, fuck them. Oh, my bad.
Hey,
You know,
I'm
guys.
right there with you. Fuck you too.
Yeah,
Anybody
I don't
defending
care
what the
about
fuck he
him.
did, y'all some whores too.
Yeah.
I said that
If
shit.
you're with him, if that's the team you're on, I'm glad you don't like me. Stay away from me.
Pop Hotep. There's a special place in hell. Yeah, it is. Jimmy Doss. Stay strapped. My whole family carries, and I'm willing to. Yeah, you know what I mean. You know, all my people out there that's good with the firearm, man. You know, teach somebody, man. You know, they come to you. They come to you needing help. You know, help them out. You know, I never have a problem with that. What up, cuz? It's my other cuz, Dia Blaze. What up? A word that was out there by your sister house show. Damn. You know what I mean? Yeah, I appreciate you hanging out with us, Queen D. You know what I mean? But it's just a sad state of events, man. Like I said, masculinity is going by the wayside. You know what I mean? You know, with the Black
So
Lives Matter mission statement say they wanted to get rid of heterosexual norms. You know what I mean? And that's what they're trying to do. They're emasculating the male. They're trying to make women more masculine. That feminine, that divine feminine.
I plan on standing
What'd you say?
Neanderthal. I plan on standing Neanderthal. They're gonna get me. They're gonna boycott my funeral. That's how long I fled on stage. Me too, everybody. They gonna 3-2. My funeral, they gonna boycott me. I'm gonna get blackballed on my funeral.
But
He was a man, he was too masculine.
that's what it is, yo. They trying to get rid of it, yo. They trying to get rid of the masculine male. They trying to make it sound toxic. You know, but they want to make women more masculine. You know what I mean? You know, the divine feminine and divine masculine, that shit is no longer, they're trying to make that no longer a thing. And they're succeeding. They're definitely succeeding. When you see shit like this, you know what I mean? Now when I first heard the story, you know, just like Kentucky, I thought this shit was glowing in the dark. I was like, what the fuck? I don't need, you know what I mean? But then, you know, knowing people like, nah, yo, this shit really happened for real, bro. This shit really happened for real, yo. You know, I'm being here in Baltimore and niggas like, nah, yo, that shit really happened around, you know, such and so way. You know what I mean? Like my cousin just said, happened around his sister way. You know what I mean? You know, I'm just saying, you gotta watch out for like people like this, people that can't cope with reality and they gotta take everybody with them. Yeah.
Cause I don't know how much time we got left. I ain't really trying to get into this one, but when you think Hogan or somebody for their campaign gonna spend the mental health gun situation on this one, they got to give it a week or two for to not be so fresh, and then they gonna it's part of their campaign
See, the thing
platform.
is, it was a black man that did it. They ain't worried, but black man with a handgun.
Okay.
That shit ain't going nowhere. That's just stats now. Yeah, if it was
They always
right now, if it was a white boy that took out, let's just say it's a white boy that killed his black ex-wife and his black girlfriend. You know what I mean? Now we talking about moms demand action, stepping in. You know what I mean? And all this other stuff.
But the girlfriend was Asian American, right?
Was she? I don't know.
I thought so.
Possibly. You know what I mean? But like they not the right skin color ain't killing people. So they ain't gonna go for it. You know what I mean?
I just get your point.
You know, if it was the right skin type that did it, then you know, yeah. Cause you ain't hear this shit should have made national news, but it didn't. Because it wasn't the right thing. It wasn't the right skin color. Barry Allen. It tells us in scriptures who want. Hold on, my bad, Jabari. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. I don't know why I don't show. Sorry about that, Jabari. Let's see. It tells us.
What are
I'm
you
gonna read
mad
it to
about
you.
saying?
It tells us in scripture who wants to confuse. Hold on. It tells us in scriptures who wants us to confuse. Geez, yo, I gotta get me a new what's the name, yo. And break
Whoa.
down the
Queen
and break
B.
down gender roles, the family structure. I gotta get a new software that shows emojis. Y'all, I don't know why this one don't do it. Natasha Kayleen, I think I did see a photo of an Asian lady. Big Fat was you see Big Facts Cashes, build guns and muscles. I wanted to move to Texas and build custom freedom pieces. Hey, do what you gotta do. Asian Lives Matters ain't come out. Nah, it ain't the right person that did it. They ain't gonna say nothing. Remember when they found out that it was niggas whooping all that Asian ass? That shit got swept under the rug quick. They were trying to blame all them white people for Asian people getting their ass whooped in the street. Then when they found out it was niggas doing it, they was like, in other news. You know what I mean?
Nah, Caucasians ain't been whooping on Asians since post World War II. So.
The boy just shows up whenever and dives headfirst into the deep end. You know you can count on that. Yeah, I mean, but like I said, you know, this was a tragic story, people. Oh man, I don't know what Cuz went. We'll bring him back in, but we wrapping up anyway. So it was a tragic story, people. You know what I mean? Like I woke up today and I seen it on my feed, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And then I was like, "Man, this shit don't make sense." And then I had people tell, "Yo, no, that shit really happened." I got police friends and stuff like that. They know that shit really happened, yo. You know what I mean? Ladies, find some kind of self defense. You feel me? Learn self defense. Learn how to protect yourself. Get a gun. Get a gun. Learn to shoot. And if some shit like that happen, don't hesitate to take that nigga out of here. Anyway, I appreciate y'all hanging with me. Cannon Hotep. Holla at you.